So today I continued with my research looking at the commemoration of World War I upon its 100th anniversary, and it came upon a few different topics that delved deeper into what I discussed last time. First, I found Charles R. Bowery Jr.'s article which discussed how the U.S. Army, including National Guard and reservist units, commemorated the war. So many of these commemorations involved educating the soldiers, particularly those who were in, I believe they call them legacy units. These are the units descended from those that were that took part in the war as part of the American Expeditionary Forces. That involved traveling to countries like France and Belgium and occasionally taking part in commemorations with the armed forces of those countries throughout different ceremonies and at different battle sites and cemeteries and memorials overseas. But also what the Army did was collaboration with civilian historians, even here at home, putting together different museum exhibits, including artifacts from World War I, many of which came from the U.S. Army. Then I also looked at Lucy Noakes and Wallace James, who both talked about the British commemoration upon the centenary. Both of these scholars discussed the collaboration between public researchers and historians, along with cultural memories of the war in different communities. So this focused a lot on the local memorials throughout different towns in the United Kingdom and what that meant to the population, and also gave a chance to examine more diverse perspectives on the war. Again, the role of women in World War I, as well as soldiers who fought on the battlefield that came from the British Raj in India. And in addition to this, there was also some delving into the anti-war movement at the time. Then there was also Heather Jones, who discussed the regeneration of World War I historiography. So she looked at different perspectives discussing the war. This includes more updated academic approaches that allows for an expansion for the role of gender and race in the Great War. But it also looked at different arguments about who was responsible for the outbreak of war. Beyond Germany, it was argued by some that Russia and France played a great role in making the war inevitable. And then there's the legacy of the war. How poor leadership contributed to a high death toll, the struggle of combatants in the trenches. Later, it was political radicalization, including the rise of the Nazis. So World War I's interpretation by different historians has actually expanded. And finally, there is Justin Court, who discussed the controversy of publishing photo books based on photos of people during this era. Some might view this as sensationalism, but others think it humanizes those who are being discussed instead of just talking about this war throughout a simple kind of lecture, fact-based thing that may be overshadowed by World War II history. So there's a lot of great discussion that I found here. I think it's very valuable for my research, and I look forward to examining it more.